let's get into Diddy. Diddy is headed back to court because it's time for sentencing. And of course, he doesn't want to be there anymore. In the documents, Diddy says the sentencing guidelines for his conviction on the 2 counts of the Mann Act is no more than 6 to 12 months in prison on each charge. Prosecutors proved that Diddy violated the Mann Act by transporting male SEX workers across state lines for his freak-offs. Diddy points out that he's already served 13 months in horrible conditions at the Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center since he was arrested in September 2024. Diddy says he's become sober for the first time in 25 years and has inspired other inmates within his program. Diddy says he realizes how destructive his arrest and conviction have been on his reputation, which has terribly impacted his business and damaged his family. Diddy is asking the judge for a 14-month sentence with supervised release, mandating drug treatment, therapy, and group therapy. Diddy is set to be sentenced on October 3rd, the same day that Taylor drops her album, after being convicted in July. Prosecutors have said that Diddy should be sentenced between 51 and 63 months, while his lawyers have been countering with 21 to 27. Pretty crazy that Diddy could be out in 2026? Especially if they're counting the time he's already served. And now we've got Young Miami out here writing a letter to the judge. Now we've already seen this happen before. His girlfriend, Gina, who disappeared. Actually, her name was victim number 3 in the case, but she never arrived to testify, and we didn't hear from her for months until she written a letter to the judge begging for Diddy to be released. Gina seems brainwashed in my opinion, and so does Young Miami. Young Miami is not the only one who's written a letter. Janice Combs has, so has Diddy's 6 kids. Young Miami had a relationship with Diddy up until he was arrested. I can't believe that she watched the same trial we did, and she's advocating for him to get out. I mean, I would think at that point maybe she would move on, go find someone maybe a little bit more pure.
So Carisha, also known as Young Miami, wrote a letter to the judge in Diddy's case asking for leniency, basically saying, "Judge, please let him come home." She said in the letter that they went to the Met Gala, he fed the homeless at least once in 2022, and as far as her personally, she didn't have any problems with him. She can't speak to the other problems documented on video anywhere, girl. That's a whole different video for a whole different day. She also ended the letter with my very favorite part, which says, "Judge, that's a good man." Carisha, the judge is about to read that and add 5 more years to the sentence. I'm just playing, Carisha. The letter was fine. It looked like any other character letter that judges typically receive in these type of cases. So we'll see what the judge does at the next court date Diddy has in October.
So I don't know. I don't know why anyone with Young Miami would even risk their reputation associating themselves with Diddy. Kanye is the type of person who's hanging out with Diddy. Young Miami should steer clear. This comment reads, "Carisha, please, dear Your Honor." And finally, he fed the homeless at least once. She really was trying to figure out anything, thinking way back in her mind, anything that he's done that's good to tell this judge. Christian Combs, one of Diddy's sons, wrote a letter, and you could tell he wrote it. He writes, "No disrespect to you if you have kids, but I know my father is the best." Okay, this is the same Christian Combs that was accused of drugging an employee on a yacht and trying to force her to do things with him. It is wild to see all of the excuses that Diddy's family is making for his behavior. This person noted, "Not one of what I read from them is moving, especially reading it with the Cassie beating video in mind. That video is his legacy and will be beyond his grave." Another person wrote, "Summary, the people who depended on him and his finances are trying to manipulate the system so he can go free and continue to pay them off." Surprisingly enough, there are people in jail or in prison, wherever Diddy is, that are advocating for him. Diddy is using his time in jail to teach his fellow inmates business skills. He has this class called Free Game with Diddy, and there's a bunch of people who are writing to the judge, inmates, who say, "Because of this class, I have purpose, something to look forward to every day. He has showed us the little adjustments to our everyday lives that add up to big change." One person said, the free game class with Mr. Combs has affected me in a good way and impacted me because I've learned so many things, like how to create a successful plan. I was really appreciative to receive some knowledge of sort to take back to the real world and not have to think about doing something illegal. Well, you know what? Good for you, Charles. I'm proud of you. Raymond says, Diddy saved me, and that he's witnessed Diddy do magical things behind bars with limited resources. He says, in a place of segregation, I've seen Mr. Combs bring unity to all races, ethnic groups, no matter the background, as a unified front. So Diddy's got an army of people on the outside world in the prison system advocating for him. Even though Diddy has all these people advocating for his release, the judge did seem really strict to me. Like, I feel like he's not fazed easily, so we'll have to see what the judge says. Let's get into Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is being thrown back into the headlines because his accusers are asking for some money. Wade Robson and James Safechuck want Michael's fortune. In new court documents, Michael Jackson's estate reveals the eye-popping figure in documents about a dispute with Paris Jackson over payment of their attorney fees, like Wade and James. Now, it does appear that these accusers have been paid off, but we don't know the amount of money that they've received. There have been so many issues recently with Michael Jackson's estate. He's been gone for a while now, but there's still so much drama. They're currently in 5 different litigations. Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter, is like, hey, is there going to be anything left over for me? And unfortunately, I don't think there will be. The reason I say that is because this estate is about to file for bankruptcy, so I don't think Wade and James might get any of their payments. The estate might have to default on them because they have gone broke.
Within either the first or second night of Michael and I being alone at Neverland, the night started changing. One of the ways I remember it starting is, Michael just sort of starting to touch my legs and touch my crotch over my pants. It progressed to him performing oral sex on me.
This comment reads, meanwhile, real victims suffer because of these money grab victims. Let the man rest in peace. Robert argues these are real victims and deserve justice too, just like anyone else. Who cares if Michael Jackson is dead? They are owed. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.